the 31st of May 2026, Sunday morning. A reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Mahadhamma Kosachan. We are currently in chapter 8 on meditation from the perspective of the Mahayana tradition. We previously covered the Theravada tradition and we're moving forward into the Vajrayana also. We left off on mindfulness. 8 contemplations. This passage concerns the contemplations of impermanence, sensual desires as leading to dukkha, suffering, stress, human discontent, the problems of laziness, spiritual ignorance as causing samsara vata, rebirth, the needs to relieve poverty, sensual desires as problematic, and the need to help living beings who are suffering. A disciple of Gautama Buddha should constantly, day and night, reflect with a concentrated mind upon the following 8 realizations of a great man. The first realization is that the world is impermanent, subject to change. Countries can always break apart. The 4 elements are painful and empty. The 5 categories of existence have no essential self, atta, no essential self. Identify to the self as me and mine. Everything is changing, constantly evolving, deceptive and unowned. The mind is the source of unwholesomeness. The body is the collection of unwholesome deeds. Reflecting in this way will gradually lead one to liberation from samsara vata. The second realization is that the great sensual desire leads to dukkha, suffering, stress, agitation. The weariness of rebirth, samsara, arises from attachment and sensual desire. If one has few desire, one's body and mind will be at ease. The third realization is that the mind cannot be satisfied. It always wants more and more. It grows in unwholesomeness. A person on the path, on the perfection of their paramis, is different, being one who is always satisfied, content with little, practicing the path. Their only business is cultivation of wisdom, panya. The fourth realization is that laziness leads one to fail in the lower realms. One should make a constant effort to eliminate unwholesome defilements, defeating the 4 maras, getting away from the prisons of the elements and the categories of existence. The 5th realization is that samsara vata, rebirth, consists of ignorance, avidya. A person on the path, on the perfection of their paramis, constantly bears in mind everything he has learned, everything that he has heard, which is a great deal. He develops perfect wisdom and has eloquence, instructing all beings in great bliss. The 6th realization is that the more one represents one's poverty, the more one is bound to be unwholesome. Knowing this, a person on cultivating their perfection, paramis, practices generosity, dana, not discriminating between those who treat them badly and those who are close to them. This person does not think about the wrong done to him in the past, nor does he bear any ill will towards those who have wronged him. The seventh realization is that the 5 kinds of sensual pleasures, kama gunas, are harmful. If one is a layman, upaso, upasika, one should never be corrupted by worldly pleasures. One should always be thinking about the three robes, the bowl, and the other requisites of a mendicant monk. Binku. One's mind should be set upon going forth, undertaking a pure practice of the path, living in the spiritual life into its fullest and developing the mind of compassion, karuna, for all living beings. The eighth realization is that samsara, rebirth, is on fire, and that the mental defilements are limitless. This person sets his mind on the great vehicle and aims to rescue everyone. He takes the place of all living beings, taking immeasurable suffering upon himself and leading them to great bliss. These are the eight insight which has been realized by the Buddhas of the present and the past, by the person who are on the path to perfection of their paramis, and by great men. They have made great efforts to practice the path, magga, develop wisdom, panya, and compassion, karuna, and taken the raft of the Dhamma to the further shore of nibbana, nirvana, nibbita. After this, they have returned to samsara, rebirth, to liberate living beings. By means of these eight insights, they have trained all living beings by means of these insights. They have trained in awakening them from the sufferings of rebirth into existence, encouraging them to abandon the five kinds of sensual pleasures and help them to develop their minds on the noble path. If the children of the Buddha constantly bear these eight reflections in mind, they will purify innumerable unwholesome deeds. Their path to awakening will be direct, and they will swiftly attain unsurpassed perfect awakening, bringing rebirth, samsara vata, to an irrevocable end, dwelling forever in bliss. This verse could be cited in Sutra on the Eight Reflection of a Great Man. Daso, Volume 17, text number 779. I will leave off there today as we pick up on mindfulness of the body. A short reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Mahadhamma Kosajan.